Hello, this is Marinda Smith. I wanted to put together a video to assist you with your assessment resources and being able to meet the new standards for RTOs. Let's look at RPL to commence. Here we have a model that provides a simplistic way of setting up your RPL. Okay, so the RPL model is as follows. You advertise your training product and a student inquires if they can have their prior experience recognised. You then provide them with your pre-developed RPL pack that details all the sorts of experience that they need to collect and provide to you as evidence. Once the student returns the evidence to you, you need to analyse it, and I would recommend that you bring them in for an interview. You interview the student so you can understand or get a greater understanding of the experience that they've had and whether their evidence actually covers other areas within your training product or it doesn't cover it enough. You make a decision whether there's a training gap, in which case they need to go on to do further training, or whether they need an assessment for you to then make a judgment on their competence. And it's recommended that it's an observation of their skills to demonstrate that they are competent at the unit or units that they are applying for.
Mapping is one of the most important things that you have, that your assessment tools meet the requirements of the training package. So your mapping is not just to the elements or not just to the elements and performance criteria. It must include the skills and knowledge sections, and it must include the critical aspects of it. Assessment tools. Assessment tools include your assessment plan, so that's how you're going to advise other assessors that how they plan for the assessments. The development of any templates and performers that you need for your candidates to fill in, the information and instructions that you give to candidates and to assessors. Then you drill down to the specific questions or activities that you develop to complete the assessment tool to meet the unit of competence or cluster. Now, if you're doing activities and they're workplace-based tasks or simulated activities, then you will need something like an observation checklist to check that they are doing everything as per the requirements of the unit of competence. You will then be able to need to develop for the assessor the acceptable performance measures. So giving them, the assessor, decision-making guidelines and checklists for the evaluation of work samples. These checklists could be over and above an observation checklist, or it could be something similar to. The assessment cover sheet collates everything that you've developed. So it's a table usually with check boxes in it. Yes, they've completed it. Yes, no, they haven't. And maybe a marking of satisfactory or not yet satisfactory. So for you as an assessor, it is really clear what needs to be completed by each candidate, and you make an assessment judgment then on, when everything's completed, are they competent in this unit or the cluster of units you've got happening. And then it is the competence is underneath all of that. So you then say, with all of that evidence collected, are they competent? Yes, no. And you offer the candidate, you provide feedback to the candidate on the cover sheet, you offer them the opportunity for feedback, and don't forget your appeals. That can also be on this cover sheet. Language literacy and numeracy, something you need to be well and truly aware of as an RTO, and how you're assisting your candidates. And how do you use this in assessment? So you need to look at how the assessment is conducted. Is it verbal? Is it written? Is it holistic, or does it make sense in the workplace? Are the assessments conducted over time, so you're not cramming into a specific time frame? What other evidence do they already have from working in the workplace? Can you use that? And how can you incorporate the workplace and project teams into collecting your evidence?
Thank you for listening to my video on assessment resources. If there's anything else that I can assist you with, please send me an email at info@f4solutions.com or contact me via the website for a strategy session so I can see if and how I can help you.